Well, hello and welcome to the Numbers Guys Better Betting Podcast, episode numero 4. What is that? Quattro, I think that is. You have found the best, and I do mean the best, show where 4 finance guys get together, talk about sports, drink some beer, and give their insight on the sports betting market. If you're streaming us live on YouTube, it's great to be with you. If you're hearing us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, God, there's so many, Amazon Music, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts, we do appreciate you taking the time to listen, and either way, we would be eternally grateful for your subscription. I'm JT. I'm one of the numbers guys. I am half in the producer's chair tonight. I'm actually in Studio 8C. Can you guys hear me over there in 8B? Loud and clear. There we go. Sharing the production duties with me tonight, we got D-Dubs. We got my boy Rich sitting there. What's going on, Rich? I'm doing all right, buddy. Dude, I have more microphones. I'll have to show you. This is in Studio 8C here. We have more microphones than I have, orifices in my head. Definitely more than I have testicles. Last time I checked, anyway. Did I introduce Stones? Big week, and congratulations to the Miami Heat, my Miami Heat, for making it there. Are we starting this already? We really seems a little early in the show to start propagating rumors like that, an innuendo. Only one beer. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. We have a killer show for our subscribers. We went really out of our way. It's been kind of an odd day because I am not there, and I feel kind of left out. These guys have some Yingling, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But we still have a great show. In fact, I'm going to say that this is probably going to be the best show that we've done where we all weren't in one place at one time. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but this is going to be the number one for that particular segment of our broadcast. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to recap last week's picks and see how they performed. We're going to, of course, do a little trivia. We have to do some trivia. We have to determine who's going to buy the beer next week. And by the way, thank you, Anthony. Even though I don't get to enjoy one, I have a PBR in front of me right now. But thanks for grabbing that Yingling. That's correct. One of the oldest, not as old as the one you guys got, but still pretty old. And then we're going to also bust out our top picks for the week. So you're certainly going to want to stay tuned for those, even though if you took the picks that we gave out last week, you got your proverbial dick kicked in. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that too. But you know what? There is a game. Kid show. Sorry about that. I said proverbial. Does that make a difference? Oh, that's true. We're going to play the long game. And, I have to actually pull up the outline here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we have, and I know we're getting started a little bit late because we had some issues with our audio, and hopefully it's been corrected, and hopefully you guys can hear us loud and clear. But there is the Heat and the Nuggets at 8:30. Now, I do not have anything for that particular game. Do any of you guys have anything for Heat and Nuggets? Let's see. It's going to take a minute.
Fat Albert?
No, they're like, you guys are
hey. Oh, got him. I don't know how reliable this information is. I don't know what I did. Oh, got him with exclamation points. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Again, got him.
Sources.
Well, that is awesome.
We're back.
High five, viewers.
Well, that recaps the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
I help you place your bets. Yep. Guaranteed winners. We just said.
I mean, I've been talking for the last half an hour.
There was some great stuff that was said earlier.
All my bets are in.
Anybody, it's I'll tell you what, the Heat game already started. It was an 8:30 game. But what these guys were saying is I think 2 of them did have bets on this particular game. So if you guys want to go back, circle back around and talk about that would probably be awesome. Go for it.
Yeah, Rich and I both were saying we think the Heat will keep it within the 8.5. Nuggets been off a little bit, then Miami fighting through all the way to Game 7. That they'll be more in the groove, and Nuggets may come out a little sluggish to start the game. So I feel Nuggets are going to pull it off, but the Heat will keep it close. So,
Well, I feel like you stole my recap.
well, I combined it.
Yeah, no. He recapped it well for what the audience missed. I think experience as well is going to factor in. I think the Heat, even if they don't win this game, keep it within the 8.5. And so me and Tone, anytime me and Tones agree, we're undefeated, I believe.
Lock it in.
Just lock it in. Get on there now. Live odds. Take it.
Where's the flag at?
Book it. Flag for what?
Somebody's got to fact check that, probably, right?
Well, you're doing such a good job tonight. You might as well
We don't have
take care.
I don't have enough hands.
We don't have a lack of confidence flag, Daryl.
I think
Throw the flag.
I don't know, but regardless, I got the over, and to the point that I even bumped it up, make it a little more interesting.
A little more juicy.
Yeah, because I noticed that I think Denver, LA was I think they scored like 258 in that game 1. And then Denver Suns, that was another shootout.
Okay.
I'm thinking game 1 is where everybody's got fresh legs. Even Miami, how many days has it been? It was, Monday night when they closed that game out?
Yeah.
Like longer than that.
It
Was
does
it
feel
Monday
like
night?
longer than that.
Sunday night, Monday night?
This whole weekend's got me screwed up. I keep thinking it's Wednesday.
Yes.
I mean, it's 3 or 4 days. I think they have fresh legs. Denver going to keep it close to the rim, right? I mean,
You would think so?
shouldn't have a problem scoring points here. So I bumped it up. I took it at over 229.5. So I need
229.
Yeah,
What we got? 180 plus 180 on that. What do you got?
plus 235.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm trying to make up for some lost units.
Daryl is shooting the boot today. Let's go.
That'll be a good one. Nail that one.
So I don't know. And then like you guys, I like Denver, but I kind of like the Heat with the number.
And you also like to play
Single game parlays with some sort of a boost or
the
insurance.
long odds.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. Yes.
And I'll tell you, we're going to get into the.
You still there, Jimmy?
I am. I'm still here. I sorry, I was quiet over there. We're going to get into the specifics here in a minute. But, Rich, can you turn your laptop down a little bit? I can actually hear myself talking back after the fact.
It's off.
Oh, it's off?
I
Okay,
don't
I'm
have
sorry.
the-
That was been
I
earlier.
don't have it on.
Gotcha.
Is it me?
No, I don't think it's you. We're good. What was I going to say? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that specifically. D-Dub, do you have a better betting tip drop on that screen next to you there?
I want to say yes.
Can I have it?
This is a better betting tip.
Yes.
Did
Awesome.
you hear it?
Yeah. Actually, I have a better betting tip. Could you guys care if I do a better betting tip real quick? It's relevant to
Sure.
the NBA. Okay, here we go.
Shout out.
Wrong answer.
Oh, and a shout out. All right, so here we go. Got a better
Shout
betting
out.
tip, and this is it. And this, again, applies to tonight, so you're going to want to pay close attention, especially when betting the NBA. So and it's not just NBA, but NBA, it works really well. Consider splitting your planned wager between pre-flop and in-game bets to potentially increase your odds. And I know we've talked about this before, guys, where there's a lot of lead changes in basketball, and there's a lot of momentum in both directions. So those odds change frequently. So if you take advantage of the lead changes, it can work in your favor. I have a couple examples of that, or one example anyway, that it's going back a little bit because I had this prepared for last week. But so this was for the Nuggets and Lakers, and that was the Western Conference Finals Game 4. That was, a week ago Monday. And my plan was originally to put two-unit wager on the Nuggets money line pre-flop. So that's meaning before the game actually got underway. So the price at
Is that
that
the correct term?
That's what we use. Yeah, pre-flop, which is
That's a Texas Hold'em.
That's the Texas Hold'em.
Yeah,
it is. It
Pre-flop.
is.
I don't think you like a lot of pre-flop action outside of sports.
Jimmy, your friend must not listen to VSiN, does he?
That's a big thing on VSiN. Yeah, pre-flop. So before the game starts is all that indicates. So we had a pre-flop
Okay.
price of plus 145. So on a 2-unit bet, you'd profit 2.90 units. So if I bet $100 unit, that would be a $200 bet, and I'd get $290 back plus my stake if and when, which they did, the Nuggets won. So that was what I think most people would typically do is they think, okay, Nuggets are going to win the game. We'll go ahead and put our 2 units on that particular game. But what actually ended up happening was, if you were to split your bet and you take half of what you planned on wagering and putting that pre-flop. So instead of 2 units at the beginning of the game or before the game, I put 1 unit at the beginning of the game at that 145, that plus 145. So a $100 unit would give me a profit of 145 if they won, which again they did. And then throughout the game, I just took that remaining unit that I was going to bet, that second unit, and I split it into 2. So I put half a unit at an in-game price of plus 250 because in the second quarter of that particular game, the Nuggets were down by 8. Then the Nuggets went by 10, and the odds for them to win went to plus 285. So I was able to put an additional half a unit down at 285. And if you look at how that, what the result of that is that original, if I just put it all down pre-flop, I would have got $200 down at 100 or plus 145 odds. That would have gave me a $290 return, or a profit, I should say. Doing it the other way, where you just put half of your wager down at the beginning and then wait for the opportune times during the game to get in-game odds, that was an average odds of plus 206 instead of the plus 145, which is on the right side of your screen right now. So a $100 unit better staked the same 200 but profited $413 instead of the 290. So I'm not the accountant that you guys are, but 413 is definitely higher than 290, and I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with basketball, because of those frequent lead changes, and you can get some really good odds in game.
A lot of swings, especially in the playoffs. Just seems like both teams at some point will lead in the game,
And Jim, if you pay me enough, I'll agree with any number you give me.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, so it's just a way that you can get better numbers, and it doesn't always happen. Of course, the risk is if you wanted to take a 2-unit wager on something, and that particular team never falls behind, you're not going to necessarily be able to get that second unit down on the game. But I find that more often than not, the odds, you're going to have better odds at some point during the game if you're willing to sit there, if you're going to watch the game anyway. You know what I mean? So you just wait for them, especially after the first quarter. It seems like halfway through the second, if that team goes down by a significant margin, then it's easy to get in if you have conviction that they're still going to win the game.
How about Game 6 the other night in Miami? I think both of us had some late money on the Heat when they were down. I think I got it in plus 1,500, I think. So I made like a $10 bet, and if not for the shot at 0.1 seconds, I made a $10 bet that would have won me 150. Things went crazy. They were down. Heat were down. I want to say 9 with 3 minutes left, and that's the way the live betting works. It's just taking into account the odds that a team's going to come back like that. I guess. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it.
Well,
but,
you're right. I know both of us.
A little harder with. Say again.
I said I know both of us definitely took advantage of that particular concept that I was just talking about, where we didn't put it all in at the very beginning. We waited for deeper in the game. We had some great odds, and we were so damn close to getting that one hurt. I was off the couch for that one.
Yeah. There was I think I had $15 and it was going to pay me like $250.
Yes.
So
give it another 30 minutes. They'll have 50 on this game.
What is going on with the game right now? I should probably take a look.
8-7 Nuggets. 8:42 to go.
Okay. 15 points scored in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, was that projectile?
I don't know. I can't.
I heard Tyler Hero is back for this. So that's another one to support our Heat.
Has that been confirmed?
No, I just heard and was checking.
I was hearing Game 3.
Checking the temperature in the room. Oh, Game 3.
That's what I was hearing at best. Okay. Game 3, but I don't know. Jim might be a little more dialed in there.
I heard Game 3 as well. Yep. And I don't know, at this point, do they even want him back? I mean, they've been playing so well. Do you want him Mix
it
that
means
up.
they don't have to play Duncan Robinson anymore, then I'm
Stole the words out of my mouth.
Duncan Robinson, what, 2 shots to basically ice that game?
Yeah.
And double clankers. So I
Double
don't know.
clankers.
I don't know.
What?
That was a bummer though. That game 6 really
Sounds like they priced you guys in just right.
Oh, that was
Got
too.
you all
Who would have
excited.
guessed? Who would have thought that he would put that in? In fact, I thought we first saw it when we saw it live.
Busted
I'm
off
like,
the
oh,
the
that
pants.
horn went off, light was on, but no, not the case. All right, so you
Was
guys are
that
drinking
according
beer.
to the script?
What's that?
Yes.
The script. Was that according to the script?
The NBA script.
Oh, the NBA
Yeah,
skip.
do you hear about this?
I've heard of
Well, I
Did you
can't
hear about
believe
this?
that the NBA would want the Heat and the Nuggets in the finals if there was a script. You know what I mean? You think they'd want like Lakers and Knicks?
I guess they
All
didn't
day.
have
All day.
Jason Tatum turning his ankle in the first 10 seconds of that game 7.
That was
so-
unscripted. That definitely helped us.
I'm not buying the script.
Yeah.
I mean, did they really script the Pistons winning 86-80 every game?
No,
back
they
in-
hated the Pistons
They sure did.
for sure.
Still do.
Villains.
The villains. Yeah, that's Lions. Though.
All right. Well, we got some beer. You guys got
What's
some
next,
beer.
Jimmy?
We got libation
We got a lot of
exploration.
beer here.
I'm going to do it right now. Let's hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Let's hope the people can actually see the intro. Here we go. So you guys are drinking delicious Yingling, courtesy of Anthony / my boy Tones, a.k.a. You guys want to give a quick
Yeah,
talk
so
about that?
Actually, it's kind of a regional beer, even though it's the oldest brewery in America, if you didn't know that. I was down in Indiana over Memorial Weekend at my parents' cottage. They got a place down there, and they don't distribute to Michigan. So for folks like us, we have to go down to Ohio or Indiana at a friendly liquor store to grab some. And they have a few different varieties. I've never had the Golden Pilsner before, and that's what we're going to be trying out here. I love their light, which I just have been drinking to start the show, but we're going to give this one a whirl. And I think none of us have tried it before.
No, this is the first.
Okay, so we'll give it
I'm a golden
whirl.
shower virgin. I mean, Pilsner.
Golden shower.
What the
Sorry.
H?
Well, too personal there. Let me clear the palate here with some whiskey first.
What do you think, D?
I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. I like all the Yingling products to date that I've tried. There is a chocolate one out there that I haven't.
Oh, I tried that.
It's,
It's like
it's a
Hershey.
Hershey's, yeah.
Yeah,
Good?
Hershey.
Yeah.
Because they're from, I believe they're from Pennsylvania is where it
That
started.
is
Yeah,
right?
the oldest
correct.
place was their oldest brewery location was in Pennsylvania.
Pottsville.
Yep.
Pottsville, right?
And
Pottsville, PA.
Yeah, I was out in West Virginia and they have it there as well. And Hershey beer, why not? Let's give it a whirl.
that's close enough, right?
Good fall winter
mix
beer.
it up.
Delicious.
I got a friend that's in.
That's a keeper, though. I like that.
I got a friend in Rolling in Latrobe, and they used to have Rolling Rock, or they still do, I guess. And Rolling Rock that sort of employed the whole town,
Latrobe, what?
PA,
Oh.
Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and they sold, and they claimed that they weren't gonna, shut anything down or disrupt the local economy. Then they just totally screwed.
You're telling me I can't buy Rolling Rock anymore?
You can probably buy Rolling Rock, but it's no longer made in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
So that was a pretty steady go-to back in MSU days.
yeah,
I mean, it was a green bottle.
a cool
cheap.
bottle. Sure.
Yeah.
Was it cheap though?
Yeah.
They drank it in.
I mean, it was no
the,
Mickey's, but it was cheap.
Steel Reserve.
I don't know. I had the Mickey's with the B on it. I'm not sure not sure what that meant.
Jim, are we boring people right now?
No, I don't think so. We still are, got a strong
Well,
two.
let me just add on to that. About cheap college beers.
Yeah, let's double down.
We had Hams.
The Beast, Milwaukee's.
You had
Milwaukee's
Hamm's.
best, sure. Hams.
I can't do it.
No,
What was
I never
the?
drank Hamm's in college.
No,
Hell no.
Maybe if you were in
they
college
sold
in
it at the,
1980.
Yeah, I
no,
was not in
no,
college.
no,
in
no.
the-
1996. So
I do
there
not
was
remember hams. I remember
Hams,
Red Dog.
I've never had hams before.
Joe Bell. Remember
Yeah,
that one?
what section were you in the freezer?
Cheap section. College. There was a college section, underage college drinking section.
I was endorsing the transgendered Bud Light during those years.
Wow,
Come
money
on.
bags over there.
Yeah.
Richie Rich.
He was there on
Your stock
scholarship,
was probably
obviously.
worth more 20 years ago.
They were a stronger American company back then. So.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Do you guys
ever
know?
drink any cheap college beer?
I still drink.
Tell us, Jimmy.
I still drink cheap beer. But do you guys remember on the Rolling Rock the 33? Do you guys remember what that was all about?
Yeah.
What was that?
There's 33 lumber too, right?
There is 33 lumber. Probably not related to
33
Rolling
lumber?
Rock. Yeah.
I know
I think
Dr.
it's-
Pepper has 32 flavors.
I think it has something to do with the that part of Pennsylvania.
57 varieties for Heinz.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Nice tie-in. Anybody else?
That was a
Numbers
great tie-in.
and
23, Michael Jordan's number.
Oh,
Just saying.
And,
who's he related to?
yes,
Who's he related to?
Oh, come on. Well, I'll tell you, I have to admit, I stepped out of the studio here to go get something different from the fridge. And I have
What
this.
you got?
It's called
see it.
psychedelic catgrass, which is a.
Oh.
What the hell is going on here?
That's
Yeah.
out there.
That's shorts.
That is a
Is there
short.
weed in there?
You know, there's not weed, but
Oh.
I'll tell you what, it is hoppy. It's hoppy. You can almost taste. It almost tastes a little weedular, if you know what I'm saying, because there's so much in the way of hops here. I'll just read the back of the can, and I love Shorts. Shorts is they're tasting.
Everybody likes to wear
brewery.
shorts. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's up in Bel Air, Michigan. They have a lot of Ween style paraphernalia. There's the Boognish, if anybody's a Ween fan. I'm a big Ween fan, so I really appreciate that. But here's what it says about.
I've seen him live.
You have seen him live. You saw him live with me. You said it was the best concert you ever went
Terrible.
to. Okay, so you're not a.
Was
See,
that-
Daryl's not a Ween fan.
Terrible.
I'm a Ween fan.
Is
and-
that in Ohio?
That was in.
Is that
I
with
don't know,
Paul
we-
McCartney?
Toledo?
Oh, not
we saw
Wings.
your friend
Oh, what are you saying?
How about the islands? Where'd you see that?
Islands.
Islands are great.
Rich has seen Islands.
Islands are
I've been to
forever.
Islands.
Yeah.
I think.
I
Rich,
didn't
weren't you there when we saw them in
catch on.
Ferndale? When my wife was
like
pregnant?
Ferndale.
Yeah.
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 The other 65 people there.
Oh, were you there?
Oh, there was a.
With us?
That's right.
I was there,
Anthony
Jet,
was there.
Was he there?
Yeah.
Oh man, I did meet you before.
whole gang.
Tones.
That was a while ago.
Wow.
While Jimmy was still in the oven there. So,
Mhm.
so it had to be a while ago.
Yeah.
Throwback Thursday. That should be
TBT.
there's a segment you were looking for here.
How many viewers we got now, guys?
We're up. We're up.
Who cares?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
If you keep paying attention to viewers, Daryl, we're not gonna ever get any viewers.
We're just going to edit
let
this
us
to the
fly,
next
baby.
the next viral short
Thought that
anyway.
was
so-
the idea.
I thought Jim was gonna do an impression of all of us before we came back live, but I never got that either.
So the Golden Pilsner,
Oh,
pretty good. I still think I like Yingling Light best.
That's
Then
fine.
probably Yingling Regular.
I'm sorry. Are you guys not
and
drinking
then
the
probably the
Yingling Lager? You're drinking the a
we're
different kind of
drinking the
Yingling?
Golden Pilsner.
Oh, I totally
Golden.
missed that because I walked out to get a shorts.
No,
Okay,
but
I haven't
that-
had
that's
that.
It's pretty darn good. I could dig it.
Not
Is-
bad.
Is there any more of that in the fridge?
No,
there?
I think the light. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Put
next
one
time you
aside for
come,
me.
Help yourself.
Yeah.
We'll put a dozen.
I think the light just has a nice, smooth, a little
It's
smoother.
Very smooth.
Like no
Yeah.
back taste to it.
I have some of that at the house.
Got some of it in the fridge.
I had a few guests over on the weekend, Jim. You
Yeah.
were invited. You
Thanks
didn't
for the
come.
invite.
That's
I
cool.
don't think I got that invite.
You were invited.
Maybe I didn't get my new
You
address.
got the same text I did, and I was there, Jim.
So it's
I thought that was directed towards you, though.
4.7 alcohol.
There was more than probably half of our subscribers there.
I think so. Shout out.
Shout out!
Early
I
shout
gotta
out.
find the shout out button.
There
Shout
you go.
out to Kate Dub. He came over.
And Lisa.
He's probably our biggest fan.
Is that
That
Kev?
guy. Kev.
Kev, I'll tell you what,
likes watches.
that he's probably one of the four
Kevin
right now.
told me I was his favorite. So what?
Kevin lied because he told me that
Keep going.
I was his favorite.
No, he said you have the best voice.
Yeah.
There's a difference, Jim.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We have the Numbers Guys T-shirt factory working overtime right now to produce enough T-shirts.
What?
That way. Oh yeah, they're in there. Fingers are bleeding sewing these shirts. So we'll have a couple of shirts to give
Swag
away.
to our first.
It'll go away when they turn 8.
How about swag to our first 25 subscribers?
I don't know if I have 20. I mean, I don't know if the factory can produce 25 of them, but we have a few of them anyway. That
Tell them to work over.
not a very proficient factory. it's more like 3 or 4. But Kev's got one. He's got one in a small. I had some extra smalls left. It's all cost, man. There's no profit in any of that. But we definitely have we have something for Kevin. 'Cause I know he is an avid, and you know what? If he wants, we'll even all autograph it for him.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe
any better than that.
Someday it's gonna be worth it.
He likes to sell that stuff on the market, and I don't know if that autograph will help or hurt.
What was it? Milwaukee's best. Don't get any better than this.
Yeah,
What was that?
That don't sound right.
Some old beer commercial, like back when beer commercials were beer commercials.
I remember
Swedish bikini team.
Bush Light. Remember that one?
It goes
for the mountain.
whoosh.
Those were
He
awesome.
opens the can.
How about anything else is just a light for me?
Had and them twins.
Oh my God. Awesome. I don't usually drink Coors Light. I know Tones does.
That's what happens when you leave the studio, Jim. Control is gone.
It's gone.
You lost cabin pressure.
Well, hopefully
Their agenda is a mess right now.
people are being sucked out the windows right now. I do have some.
she said.
Oh, there we go. D-Dub likes the soundboard, baby. I do have some corrections and clarification from last week's show that I feel like we should maybe dole out here.
Yeah, we should tackle this issue. I looked up quite a bit of info after the last
Did
show.
you? Why don't you go ahead and do it then? I have my notes here, but you go ahead. Rich?
I'm just going to shoot from the hip, but I was also told lactose is not in cream. One.
Bullshit.
Or very little.
That's
That is
bullshit.
not true at all.
I thought so. He was
No
full of
lactose?
making that up.
Oh,
Is that wrong?
that is wrong, sir. You're lucky you were not challenged. You'd be down a cigar.
What's your source?
Google?
Google it.
I did.
I did my research.
I Googled
Now you
it.
do yours.
I did.
Well,
Lactose is
Read
in
it
cream,
then.
sir. Do you want me to Google it again?
no lactose in cream or very little.
I was also told mayonnaise was not part of the Thousand Island dressing,
It's
which
not.
it is.
It's not.
It's one of the 3 ingredients listed when you Google it.
All right, Rich. I actually have
Jim, what do you got?
I think you're using a different Google than everybody else.
in my corrections
Google?
and clarifications, Rich. I specifically have that we were both correct on that particular item. That Thousand Island is made from tartar sauce and ketchup,
tartar.
like we said.
Yeah.
But tartar sauce, like we also said, is made from mayonnaise and relish. So you said that it was made from mayonnaise, or that Thousand Island had some mayonnaise in it, which is correct.
Mayonnaise and ketchup.
Because you have to, in order to get to the tartar sauce, you have to start with the mayonnaise and the relish. So I think we're both correct on that one. No question about it.
Thousand Island ingredient per Google is a mixture of mayonnaise, sour cream, ketchup, sweet pickle relish, red onion vinegar, sugar, garlic, salt, and pepper.
You could say all that, or you could just say ketchup and tartar sauce,
But that's
right?
not-
So that
that's
would be
not
the
correct.
right answer: ketchup and tartar sauce.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
that is. And,
Agree or disagree?
well, and that's the thing that
There's wiggle room there. I think.
that tartar sauce is mayonnaise and relish. So, what Daryl and I were saying just kind of compacted down that mayonnaise and relish ingredients into what it's commonly known as, which is tartar sauce. You follow me? And there's also lemon and salt, I think.
Also, per tablespoon of 15 grams of heavy cream contains about 0.43 grams of lactose.
Is that considered
That's
a
like
lot?
very little.
Is that a lot of lactose?
I think that's
Oh,
very
you
little.
said none, though.
I said none or very little. Come on
So,
now.
I don't think so. Do we have
You need to
the
get
do we have the slow motion?
You need to get the mayo out your ears.
I need the slow motion.
What's a large amount of lactose? So maybe that is a large amount. I
Yeah.
don't know.
How do you know what's allowed lactose?
I googled it.
Yeah. In your results, I had to look up mine. What do you got?
It says none or very little.
Well, there
I
you
don't
go.
believe that was what the video showed. We will go back to the video replay at another episode.
I do believe Daryl did say very little. He might have corrected himself after he said none. Very little. But I don't know. We'll review the tape and take a look at that. So we're gonna have to have a clarification and a correction on our clarification and correction next week.
5 foods. Okay, according to WebMD, 5 foods high in lactose to avoid. Products made from cream, like ice cream, cream cheese, custard, or butter, should be avoided due to high levels of lactose.
That kind of blows your theory there,
0.43 grams.
D-Dub.
So
is a high
Daryl
level.
just killed every lactose intolerant person
Yeah.
He
in our
did.
viewing audience.
You're welcome.
There's
You're
people out there with bad tummy aches right now, thanks to Daryl.
welcome. Just sitting on the pot watching us.
Poor,
Right.
just thought they were going to enjoy a nice blueberry ale. Now they're on the toilet for the next 25 minutes.
Dunzo.
I also have you guys might remember I said about cutting the baby in half. And
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
that
think
was-
challenge this one too. Almost.
the judgment of Solomon in Kings 3:28 in the Hebrew Bible. So,
Okay.
judgment of Solomon, what happened was this baby was born, and 2 women claimed it as theirs, as their son. So they went in front of Solomon. He said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the baby in half, and you each get half. That way you both win. And one mom, or one potential mother,
Seems reasonable.
one potential mother said, that sounds like a good deal to me.
Jim, how do you how was he going to cut the baby in half?
Yeah, was it-
or
He was ahead like this, or like
Well, I'm not sure if it was, horizontal or vertically, or, I'm not a surgeon. I don't know how you do that. But
I need details.
so the other woman said, no, don't cut the baby. And then that's how Solomon knew that she was the actual mother, because she cared about what happened to the kid. So that was called Judgment of Solomon, Kings 3:28. Next question.
So did she get to keep the baby though? That one. That said,
Yes, the one that said don't
Okay.
cut the baby then was awarded the baby.
was the keeper of the baby.
Correct.
Okay. That's
Correct.
good.
I'm surprised you didn't
Learning
know that,
experience.
Tones. You're such a good Catholic. I thought you might know that.
Oh, it was
I-
a fish.
I
He's
think I
talking about
follow the
fish.
King James Bible.
Yeah, Hebrew.
Yeah.
Was Hebrew
I think it was a
Catholic?
Hebrew, but no,
Yeah,
there's a
look.
difference there. But I don't know. I learned that in
I don't
catechism.
know.
I
I'm
think,
asking.
being a good Catholic. So,
Okay.
and then
Thanks for enlightening us.
yeah. So I'm not insane, and well, maybe I am, but at least I was correct about that.
Actually, a good story.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And the next thing was our parlay description last week. I don't know, D-Dub, you want to take this? Because I think we didn't clarify that
Oh no.
that's that particular system only
have
works
to go-
if the bet you make is graded before the next bet would start. You can't have, 2 events that happen at the same time. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm on you, D-Dub.
Say that again. Say that again.
In order to
One
use
more
that,
time.
that rolling parlay that we were talking about, that
Yes.
the first bet that you make needs to be graded out before the second event starts. Otherwise, that doesn't work.
I think
Right, because you could lose.
didn't I mention that?
I don't know. I don't know
didn't
if we were.
mention
I don't know
anything
if we
about
were crystal clear about that. As like
The
we should
starting
be.
times have to be staggered.
They got to be
I didn't use
staggered.
the word staggered
Maybe you said staggered, but I think. Well,
Yeah.
you and I had talked.
on the tape.
Yeah, I
Run
think
the tape on that.
we weren't
Well,
crystal
I believe
clear
Daryl did a
about that.
180 because he said he liked same game parlays, whereas because you would not know obviously would not know most of the outcomes before the game, right?
Yeah. So like NFL, you're doing a 1:00 game, then
Yes.
4:30 game, then 8:00 game.
Yes.
That works that way.
So Daryl doesn't like parlays, but he likes same game parlays. Just to be clear, if there is a boost involved,
Yes. Or
a free bet.
thank you.
Free ones.
Thank you.
.com.
But you didn't say that in your 14-minute spiel. It was only when Tones chipped in at the end that you did your 180 and said, "Oh, yeah, same game parlay."
I didn't bring up same game parlays at all.
You didn't.
Thank
But you told everybody every parlay was bad. Throw them out the window. No good.
I'm starting to really not like you anymore. You know that? As far as I'm concerned, he can get the hell out of here, Jim.
I think
out
it
of
was.
everybody-
Just drop the beer off and then go.
I think it
You
was
guys have known
ditch
each
the
other the
parlay
longest, right?
was the.
I got one trivia.
You guys known each other the longest out of anybody here.
Well,
so,
I don't know.
right?
Has it been the longest? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know when you met Jim.
12 years ago.
12? That was longer than that.
A little bit longer.
How about for you? I don't.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
About 25 years ago.
You talking about when you
Been a
met
good
me?
run.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
25?
25
Yeah.
years ago.
God.
It's a long ass time. That means you guys knew each other for like
So, what, we
30
played Mario
years.
Kart and NBA Jam when we're what, 7th grade, 8th grade?
Sounds about right. Let's move on.
All right, here's what we need
It's
to do.
exciting stuff.
We need to recap last week's performance, which was not
We
amazing.
just throw that away.
It was
Wasn't
not
that bad.
Well, you weren't that good. And we're going to start with you, Rich. Let me go ahead and, no offense, kids show. Here we go. Let's see. Last week you had the Heat versus Celtics. You had the spread on that. Heat +8.
Yeah, and they lost by like 13 or 14. So
Yeah,
we
that was
just
a
missed on
loser.
that one
You had
by 5 or so.
Knights versus Stars over 5.5 total goals on the 25th.
Which
was
the next game, if you doubled down, had 5.5, so you would have won.
You
You
would've
just had
won.
to keep with it.
That was the overtime 3-2, right? It was 2-2.
Yeah,
going
that's when you
overtime.
said we were looking good when we left, and we lost.
Yeah.
I think we both lost that.
Yes, I had seen that.
Yeah, your winner,
Oh,
though. Your
yes,
winner,
no.
though, Rich. You are the only one with a winner. So we're going to keep this easy. The only person that came through with a winner was the White Sox versus the Tigers over 8.5 total runs at -115 on the 26th. That was at Fridays.
It was like
Friday's game.
12-3 final. White Sox won, I think, or something like that. Yep.
Yep, that was a big one. So last week's performance, let's see, you were down 37%, -1.13 units, which was the best performance. Sad, but the best performance out of any of us. So congratulations, man. For the month, you're
Well, you
up.
can't win them all, Jim.
No, you can't. No, and that's to be expected. I mean, that there's certainly
Everybody be gambling if you can win every game.
For sure. So for the last 30 days, you're up 27.14% with a 2.71 unit profit. Nice job. On to D-Dub. D-Dub,
Thank you, sir.
you had the Heat versus Celtics.
take
Heat
that.
money line at +260. That was a loser. You had Horford over 7.5 points. That was a loser. And then you had the A's and the Mariners. Took the A's at +215. The A's don't usually win, so that was a definite loser. You have anything you want to say for yourself on those? or-
Yeah. Well, we took some longer odds other than the Horford bet.
And he scored like a basket every quarter except the fourth.
Yes.
What a bastard.
6
Yeah.
points. What are you going to do?
Didn't quite get there.
There was some logic in that bet, but it didn't pan out. He, I think the previous 2 games he had hit over 8, and the previous prior to those 2 games, I think he hadn't. So I was just basing it off of he seemed like he was a little fired up after Jimmy Butler, aka
Jimmy
what are we
Jordan.
calling him?
Jimmy Jordan? Oh, he's a congressperson.
Michael's boy.
He is?
Yeah, Jimmy Jordan.
Um,
Never wears a jacket. Jim
James.
Jordan never wears a jacket or a tie. He just always has his shirt
James.
on, right?
James, the Michigan guy?
yes.
Yeah, James something. It's not Jordan, though.
No, Jim Jordan. Anthony, you know who Jim Jordan is, right?
The Ohio Senator?
Ohio Senator, yeah. Jim Jordan.
No, is that right?
Yes.
Jim James is who I was thinking of.
John James.
John
a
James.
Michigan representative.
You talking about the guy from Ohio State, Jim?
No. Well, he was a wrestler, I think. at Ohio
Yeah,
State.
his name is Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan, yes.
That's a creepy dude.
I'm
Why
kind,
is
of,
he
a,
creepy?
I'm kind of a fan. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
he
has Yingling
molested
in his
those-
state.
He
Kids
molested
show.
those kids at
Kids
Ohio
show.
State.
Kids show.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Kids show.
I don't want to get political here.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, my foot. Just because you deny something doesn't
My
mean it
foot.
make it an allegation.
Wait, let's not start talking
Wrong.
about pedophiles on on either side of the aisle. It's not okay. Right?
Oh,
All right.
so we can't talk about the island everybody got flown out to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could all go there with our political beliefs because for some reason, both I don't know why.
Man,
Why
hell
is
of a
that?
weekend,
That
so.
both sides they choose
Did he die
pedophiles
young
as
in
their
prison?
thing. I don't know. I don't get it. But I'm sorry,
I'm
Daryl.
against it.
You were saying before you inappropriately got political here.
What was I saying? Yeah, so came up a run short in that Oakland game. And the other one I did, I took the Heat just because it was a good number. Can't
Yeah.
remember what it was. Maybe you got those there.
Yeah, you had the Heat plus 260.
Yeah. But tonight I think it's what, +3?
Yes.
Plus 300?
Right around there. I can tell you where it's at.
I'm not touching that one.
I'll tell you what. That
I'm,
is the first time, I think, all playoffs that I think the Heat have been priced appropriately. You know what I'm saying? They've been undervalued this whole time, with the exception of tonight. They are, I think, finally priced appropriately, in my opinion.
Do you think they are priced appropriately tonight?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have a little bit
how
on.
many times is the team almost a double? Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'd say the only reason why I have them is because game one, and game ones are goofy, and the Heat have won every game one this whole stretch. So I do have a little bit on them, but I do think they're probably priced more appropriately than they have been throughout the entire run.
I was surprised to see them getting 8.5 again. Just seems like such a big number for a championship.
Yeah, I mean, they're not on my best or my top picks list, but like I said, I do have a little allocation of capital on the Heat tonight. So, all right, D-Dub. I already said I didn't. You performed just about the same as the rest of us. 3 units staked, down 100% since we lost all 3 on that one. And then for the last 30 days, you're down 30%, which really isn't bad over the course of a month in this particular line of work. So down 2.72 units. Next up, we have Anthony, who also was on the Heat, took the Heat for that particular, what was that? Was that game 5? I think it was on the 25th. Took the Heat plus the points. There was 6, minus 110.
Game 6, yeah.
Took the Knights.
Yep. And
they lost.
Took keep it within the 8.5. Yeah, that was the overtime game. I had the over to a separate bet, but went 2-2 into overtime, so no chance to go over 5.5 at that point. But I would say if people would have listened to me 2 weeks ago, I did predict Florida versus Vegas in the finals, and if they would have bet those two things, you could have made some money. So
you definitely said that, and you've actually prompted some of my top picks tonight because I do have some on that particular game 1 coming up. I think you're right, Towns. I think the Golden Knights are the team to beat. So not too shabby. Well, I shouldn't say that shabby, but it's to be expected because we've been winning a lot. So eventually we do have to revert to the mean a little bit. And for the last 30 days, Tone's down 17.11% with a loss of 1.54 units. So nothing huge there. As far as I'm concerned, I lost all 3 as well, too. I was on the Heat plus 8.5 for all the reasons that were already stated. I also had the Heat money line because I thought that number was good. I had it at plus 270. And then I had the A's in the A's and M's game that night. I had the Mariners money line, which did end up coming home. The Mariners won the game. However, my boy Gilbert only had 6 strikeouts, not 7 strikeouts. So I lost that bet. Put me down 3 units for the week, which was 100% rate negative 100% rate of return. However, for the last 30 days, I'm up 4.13 units or 45.86%, and hopefully we can add to that a little bit this week. So that's how we did. Not impressive, but again, we were certainly due for that because we were killing it those first couple of weeks.
It'd be nice to take a little slower dive to the mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't need extreme
Yeah,
fluctuations.
it's like diving in the 1 foot section.
I think we all probably broke our necks on that one, but again,
Yeah,
it's going to happen. I do have for the group here. Let me for the group. Last week we lost 84.42% on the units that we staked. However, for the last 30 days we're up 6.98%, so still in the black with a unit profit of 2.58%. So we're still above water on as a group.
Still up there with some of the greatest traders of all time.
We're up there.
7% return.
Yeah, 7% over the last, what was that? Not even a full 30 days. It's not too bad.
Not yet.
No, not yet. So hopefully this week we're going to get to our top picks here in a second. I I do have some trivia, though. This is like remote trivia. So let's give this a shot.
Uh-oh.
I don't see why it wouldn't work. I don't know if trivia makes any difference where I'm at, but here we go. We got some trivia.
Boston.
All right,
That's part
so
of trivia, but
tying
just for
in
fact. Yeah.
to
I'm
tonight's
not
games.
stealing your thunder on the trivia.
Oh, you know what? Nobody could hear you, so it didn't matter. What did you say?
I could hear.
Oh. No, I shared with you guys in a group text earlier about Boston, the city of Boston being the first city ever to have 2 number 1 seeds lose a game 7 at home to an 8 seed ever, which is pretty incredible that even happened. Yeah, crazy fact.
Couldn't happen to a better city.
Yeah.
No, I was so happy to see the Celtics lose. So happy. I mean, as a Pistons fan, you got to be happy when the Celtics lose or the Lakers lose, right? Or the Bulls
For sure.
lose. Yeah, I was happy about that. All right, here we go. That is an interesting fact, though, because it sucks to be Boston right now, unless you're Mark Wahlberg. Oh,
Still good chowder though.
And good burgers.
good job.
Crab.
All right, here's our trivia question. You guys can't actually see this, but I'm going to read it to you.
Chowder.
One of the founding franchises of the American Basketball Association, a.k.a. the ABA, in 1967, was what was Denver's team name before they became the NBA's Nuggets? So in other words, the Nuggets were a team prior to joining the NBA.
Right.
What was their name? And ties shall Rochambeau, best of 3. What was Denver's
Jeez, this is a tricky
ABA
one
team?
there.
It's a tough one. And there's a reason.
So was it a nickname change or a city change?
They were in Denver,
Can't tell us.
but they were
Oh, okay.
the Denver somethings, and they decided when they
Oh, I think I
joined
know
the
this answer.
NBA, and there's a reason why when they
I think I
joined the
know
NBA they wanted to change their name, or they had to change their name,
Gotcha.
really, if you know what I'm saying. So you guys can write
They
that
were
down.
always in Denver though.
Always in Denver, yep, since
Sure.
1967. But they were the Denver something else's before they became the Nuggets.
I believe I know this answer.
All right, write it down.
Once.
You don't have to pass it over to me because that's not going to work.
Well, we'll just flip our answers up at the camera when you're ready.
Yeah, when it's time. All right. I see D-Dubs. He's still scribbling down. He's thinking about this one.
Still thinking.
Take your time. We've had nothing
Don't
but
think
time
too
tonight.
hard.
And while he's
Yeah.
while he's writing,
First 15 minutes were gold on our end.
I might have overestimated
Carrying
when I
the
said this
show.
was the best show we were going to have. So thoughts on the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals? Obviously, Heat and Nuggets tonight. You guys got a score on that? I don't have a TV in here.
46-37 Denver, 5 to go. Second.
Okay. And then I know Anthony, you probably talked about this a little bit too, but we got any thoughts on Panthers Knights game 1, which is Saturday, by the way, at 8:00 p.m. Besides,
I'm feeling the Knights in game 1. I think they'll take the series. That's what I said a couple weeks ago. I'm going to stick to that. I do think it's probably going to go minimum 6, probably 7 games. I think it's going to be a very hard fought match. I like how both teams are playing, both playing their highest level of the season and not taking a game off all playoffs. So I think it's going to be a very tough battle. But I think Golden Knights have been in a long playoff run a couple years ago, and Florida hasn't really been this deep for a long, long time. So I think the Knights are going to have the edge.
I was surprised to see it was 2018.
Yeah.
It just seemed like yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tones because I'd rather stick a fork in my eye than watch any of these games. So
Come on.
whatever he said, I agree with.
No,
I haven't watched any hockey.
Hockey playoffs are the best.
Just give me the over 5.5 and I'm done.
well, you got your opportunity, I think, right?
I appreciate your pen with.
I think it's
fan.
over
I
5.5
don't know.
for this game, right?
Yeah, Saturday
Yeah.
night. It is.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Tones, you think How about game one? You think is there any home ice advantage? You think for the Knights or no?
I do. I think
For the Nuggets?
I've been to
Oh, the
Las
Knights.
Vegas game, and it's rocking. They do a great job, and the fans are fully in. So I think they're both gonna have home ice. I think in Florida when they're at home, they got the rats flying all over the place.
those
there's
rats?
I love the rats. So second to octopuses.
Do you have a pet rat at home?
No, I like octopuses the most.
If you had a pet rat, what would you name it?
Ratatouille.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
down with
clever. Maybe already been done. I don't know.
It's original.
That's original. So definitely, everybody's on the Knights. I'm actually on the Knights. That's one of my top picks coming up. I'm sure you are too. And then Heat, Nuggets. Anybody got a hot take for the series there?
I like the Nuggets.
Yeah.
The series. You could have done something on DraftKings, I think it was, where you could take your pick of the first game and the winner of the series, and that would have paid you like $250 plus $250, I think it was. And that seemed like a pretty good number compared to just the Nuggets winning the series. I can't remember what that was.
Did you take a look at that
Yeah,
and
that
see if it
number-
made sense to do a rolling parlay in that example?
How would that work? Can you roll with a series winner?
Well, yeah, you take.
How would you do that?
You take the first game price, right? And then if
Mhm.
you win that, then you take the stake plus the winnings and put it in the remaining series price. Right?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't look at the numbers on that, but I wonder if that would have worked. We're
You
numbers
don't think
guys
if
here.
they're
We don't look at the numbers.
1-0 in the series, that number shoots up to like plus minus 500 or something like that?
I mean, I don't know what it would be. I'm just wondering if that makes
Yeah.
sense to do standalone or if it makes sense to do it on your own.
I don't think so, Jim.
All right.
I like that you're thinking outside the box. I'd say it's probably time to get back into the box.
I'm going to price it out, and I'll make that one of our corrections and clarifications next week.
Why not?
But you're thinking
I'm going to
Nuggets.
listen to your guys' opinion on that because I'm going to stick a fork in my other left eye and miss
come
this
on.
series as well. I'll tell you what, I'm watching this right now, and the best thing that came on was a Spider-Verse preview. Spider-Verse 2.
That looks pretty legit.
Out to the Heat, I don't know. To me, the Heat are an exciting team to watch. I like watching the Heat. I've enjoyed. I think I've watched
Sure.
almost every game they played in the playoffs here. They've been great.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on Rich's behalf, but I think we're all kind of just cooling on the Heats after they dropped 3 straight to Boston. You know, had just finished them out, swept them.
Yep.
It would have felt a little more
Like they had a fighting
yeah.
shot in the series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Nuggets, you know, they were rolling, and so I think that's all we remember.
Yeah,
Just
Nuggets
the way
are
they
awesome.
Took out the Lakers, and yeah.
Sure.
So, but Heat win tonight, and everything gets back to a little more interesting.
I hope the Heat win tonight.
Even though probably Nuggets will probably sweep them from there out 2, 3, 4, 5.
Couple 2-3. Yeah, I agree with you. But I do have them tonight. Again, not a top pick.
That
but
Heat, that over looks so hot right now, does it?
well, I'll tell you what. That's a
No,
great
I stated
segue.
you no less than 45 minutes ago, sir.
That's a great segue into our top
I'm
picks.
just ignoring Rich from here on out because I don't like him right
That's a good
now.
idea. That's what we
Shut it
all
down.
do. We all do that anyway. Let's start with Rich. Okay, here's our top picks for the week. You may want to pay attention to, viewers, if you are playing along with us at your favorite sports book. So Richie has Heat at Nuggets. He has something on this tonight. I think you already talked about it. But Heat plus 295 money line, 8.5 points they are getting. And the totals on that are 219. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, no, that's just I think we talked about it was 8.5. They're hanging around 10 here, 9 to 10 in the last couple minutes. Really hasn't been any change. I think they'll get it a little closer in the second half.
All right. Also, you have A's at Marlins. What do you got on that one?
Yeah. I'm excited about this. So I was reading an article this week, and they're on pace with not the Oakland A's, not the Los Angeles, not the Vegas A's, we're talking about the Philadelphia A's. Is that the win track they're on right now?
That's going way back.
Who has the worst win? That's way back. I mean, we're talking pre-Cleveland Spiders here. That's how far back we're going.
I can't even tell you
They
how
can't
long
beat
ago that
anybody. They suck. They're probably down 200 negative run differential. Daryl throw the flag because it's probably high, but I'm just being facetious here.
was.
Take the minus 1.5 and get plus 100 and walk out the bank.
Daryl's busy texting with the camera on him while he's texting. Or reading
He's
something.
getting my bet in right now.
That's intentional. That's intentional. Jimmy.
I've been watching him text for the last 5 minutes. Anyway, there you go. But no, I'm with you. I think I said it last week, actually. I think that was, hey, back on you. I think I said.
In case you didn't notice, that's me showing my disinterest in Rich's pick.
You should be paying attention. I have a profit. My listeners have a profit.
Oh,
coming
my
their way, Daryl.
God.
He's making money.
Oh, he's making them money.
Making money.
He's making them money.
That's just facts. Just the facts.
Just the facts.
That's funny. I think actually last week.
Yeah, I think I'll be going against the A's most of the summer. A, because they suck, and B, because I get 3 picks, and I bet if I go against the A's most of the year, we'll make some money.
Yeah, the A's suck. That was my actual. That was my quote from last week. Is they suck. However, you said you had the money line there, or what'd you take? You take the under total?
No, I'm gonna give they suck so bad. I'm gonna give them a run and a half just to make it interesting.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Plus 100.
Plus 100. Man,
Yeah.
I think that's a good call. It's a good call. All right, then you also had.
I'm down with that.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Daryl. Which
This
is
one's the hockey one. Yeah, that's just the over 5.5. I
okay.
think we beat that pinata or donkey enough times. Yeah,
All right.
I like the overs on 5.5.
So you're taking Saturday's game over 5.5.
Yes, sir.
All right. D-Dub. I have Heat and Nuggets. You took an alternate total of 229.5. That's tonight's game. Odds were plus 235 on that. Heat and Nuggets game 1, alternate total over 229.5. Why'd you do that?
I like them odds plus 235. I thought everybody would be fresh for that game,
Okay.
and it's not looking so hot. I suppose things could change in the second half here, but is there a way I could hedge that bet potentially?
I don't know. So you tricked that
That's
up, right?
probably-
Because what was the you remember
Yeah.
what it was?
219?
Yeah, so what,
219.
juiced to 10 points.
Yeah, I boosted it up to get some better numbers because I thought it was going to be a shootout. But
Would be if Duncan Robinson's going to make one of these 18 threes he's attempted.
Duncan Robinson, he broke my heart in that game 6. I don't need any more Duncan Robinson. Anyhow, not looking so hot for all the ones that are following along at home. Sorry for leading you astray.
That's okay.
What else I got, Jimmy?
You had this is a same game parlay again tonight. You had Heat Nuggets over 218.5, so that was probably what the line was at the time. You had Heat Nuggets game 1 spread, Heat plus 9, then Heat Nuggets tonight, money line on the Nuggies. Oh, I'm sorry, and the total odds on that was plus
down.
4.25.
Rich is supposed to talk about this game earlier.
They're down. Well, I think we were going to get into more detail when we show our picks, but
This might be the time.
you can
I can get good odds
rerun
on
the
that.
tape, or you can throw a flag, or whatever you want to do over there.
I don't know. It was a pregame bet.
A little
Okay.
surprised there hasn't been a flag
So they're
thrown
down
tonight.
15.
Yeah.
Down 15 at the half.
early
17.
still.
Down 17 at the half. It's not looking so hot. I hope I got a different game for the third pick.
Well, I'll tell you what, for
What do
the
I got, JT?
third pick, you have this is Saturday's NHL hockey. This is all the Panthers and Knights game 1. You have the Panthers money line. You have Kachuk to score a goal, and you also have the game under 6.5 total odds there plus 575. You have that at BetMGM.
Yeah, I like the grinder, Kachuk. Got the soft hands.
That's what the great one said.
I don't know. Panthers are playing pretty good. Got some good goaltending going on right now. So I guess that's why I'm taking the under.
Guy
I
seems to
bumped it up.
score every game.
I bumped it up another goal. It was originally 5.5. So I don't know. Just trying to make it more interesting, with those longer odds.
One win will put you in the black.
Put you in the black.
That's when you're betting them parlays. That's kind of what you're banking on.
You just need one to fix all your problems.
I'll tell you what. I'll bet Daryl up against the wall. I might take that.
You're going to take that one? But
I don't agree with most of his picks, but when his back's against the wall, that's when he's most dangerous. It's like a raccoon. You don't want to fuck with that guy.
But it's funny. You already have over 5.5 goals, so there's not a lot of unless they land right on 6, you ain't going to win.
No. What he's got? What do you got under?
He's got under 6.5.
Yeah.
No,
You
well,
got over 6.5.
you can't do that. But
No, you can't do
the
that.
other
Maybe
two
change
I'll
it
tease.
next time. When his back's up against the wall, do that.
Errors and omissions.
We'll put that.
Changing a bet midstream here.
Oh, I thought you said over. I fell asleep. Sorry.
Okay, let's.
Hey, at least you're
let's
honest.
go to Rich.
All right, here's my picks. Here we go. Well, I'm sorry. This is Anthony. Miami and the Nuggets.
Yeah, I think I'm next.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Same as Rich. You got 8.5. Miami. Hopefully, you can keep it close. They're down double digits right now, so close to halftime. I hope they can tighten it up, which I think they'll get some momentum, make a little run, keep it close, single digits, second half. So, and then for the Game 1 Stanley Cup Final Saturday night, I like the Golden Knights and on the money line and the over in the parlay over the 5.5.
Plus 210.
And then I did another bet. Yep. And then I just did another bet of Kachuk, like Daryl was liking. He's been playing phenomenal all playoffs. First Stanley Cup Finals game. I think he's going to be jacked and ready to throw one in the net and put one on the board. So
I like
Keith
that.
Kachuk. Good 1997
yeah, I like
NHL
that. His dad
PA
was
player.
good back in the day. So
And
Yeah,
you broke those up.
toughness and he could score, right?
Yeah, you broke those up instead of putting them in a
I
parlay.
did.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good idea, I think.
yeah, I could have really juiced that parlay, but I'm like, yeah, needed too many things. Sometimes a particular player scoring a goal. I don't know if I want to get too crazy on the parlay, but we'll see.
All right. I will say right now, I'm looking at the current odds for the Heat. The spread is plus 16.5 everywhere. Everywhere, plus 16.5.
What's that money line, Jim?
Money line right now, we're looking at. Oh my God, you're looking at average odds of plus 1147. That's 1,000. I'm sorry, it just went up. No, 1147. That's insane.
You gonna throw $10 on it?
Yeah, I would throw.
I just don't feel it this time, though, guys. I just don't feel it.
Okay.
DK's only giving me 5 or 9 plus 900.
Plus 900 at DraftKings. FanDuel right now plus 1,200. Plus 1,300
Gotta
at
shop your number.
Barstool. And that's actually, I'm going to have that as a better betting tip next week. I don't know what you guys use as far as odds screens go, but I use a particular service and it's fantastic. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit next week if you guys are cool with that. But
Can't wait.
I mean, think of the difference: plus 900 versus plus 1,200. If you win that one,
I agree.
yeah, it's a big difference. So you got to know what your current odds are. And really, like I
There's
said,
a little jingle in my pants.
yeah.
What's the number on the other side, Jimmy, for Denver?
Right now, average is minus 3,457. So prohibitive favorites, as we
Wow.
say.
It is?
Yep.
Minus
Minus
3,000.
1,700, Daryl, and DK.
Wow.
Not going to put your money there, unless you now. If you want to put your money there, put it at DraftKings because it's only minus 1,700, so you can wager 1,700 and get yourself $100.
Wow.
Minus 5,000 at BetMGM.
sense.
Yeah, quite a difference. But anyway, yeah, if you think the Heat are going to come back, which I mean, why? I don't know. Why not do that for a little?
Not tonight.
No. Okay. All right.
I think
Without having watched any of the game.
That's
saying
kind of
not
the
tonight,
problem. I don't know
but-
if somebody's hurt or if, Butler fouled out
Better
had
theme. You don't watch the game.
a bunch of texts. I don't know what happened, so I'm going to leave it alone. But it does seem like that would be a pretty good lotto ticket to purchase right there. Here's what I got going on. Now, I actually, since we made this part of the rules officially a few weeks ago, that was like the first time we did this, but a couple weeks ago, we can put more than one unit on something. I'm actually putting 2 on our Golden Knights game 1. That's Saturday, 8:00 at home. I'm taking the Golden Knights money line at -130, which to me is a fantastic deal. And I have Anthony's backing on this. He says Golden Knights all the way. I'm thinking, first of all, that's a ringing endorsement. Second of all, I have them at about a 60% chance, maybe a little bit plus 60% chance of winning the game. And so that should be priced at like -150. They're priced at -130. We have value there. And you can get them, or at least as of the time that we put these graphics together, you could have got them at -130 pretty much anywhere. So anywhere you have an account, you could have picked them up there. And I play it down to -140.
Would it be higher than that, Jim? If they had a 60% chance, you got to juice it up too, right? Like, wouldn't it be like -170 or something like that?
If you
So your value is even better.
I factor in the VIG there, but
okay,
yeah, I think -150 is about the fair price on that. So you're getting quite a bit of value. And like I said, I think they're going to win the game anyway. So, a lot of times with what we do in this is you have the eye test and then you have the numbers test, right? And I think the eye test, that works here because I do think they're going to win the game. And then you're also getting value on the play anyway. So I think that's a 2-unit bet for me. So I'm going to go with that. And then second, I have for the first time in Numbers Guys history, I do have some USFL, which I've been playing quite a bit, and I watch quite a bit of USFL. Just putting 1 unit there on the Showboats, my Memphis Showboats, +2 against the New Jersey Generals. That's Sunday at 1 p.m. If you want to watch a game, it's on Fox. And the Boats are on a 4-game winning streak, okay? No idea why they would be an underdog in this particular game. They have a solid defense. They have 20-plus sacks. And the Generals the New Jersey Generals have been flip-flopping quarterbacks all the time. Even during the game, they're flip-flopping quarterbacks. So I think having that defensive pressure is going to make a pretty big difference. And I really believe that the Boats should be a favorite here, not an underdog. So I'll take them. I'll take the 2 points in case there's something goofy. And I'm pretty satisfied with that, and I think that one's going to come home. So that's what I got. So get your USL picks.
Donald Trump will own the New York Generals, New Jersey Generals.
Back in the day, one of the founders of the USFL, I believe. That's right.
So.
Was that 80s? 80s?
Now the only problem
80s.
is trying to find a place that is to put any money on the USFL is not that easy. So I know DraftKings has it, FanDuel has it.
It's easier to place money on Detroit FC soccer or USFL.
Oh, that was an anomaly, man. We couldn't find that game. Remember we were looking for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Couldn't find it. But I'll tell you, USFL doesn't get prominent placement on any of the home screens for the particular sports book, so you have to kind of look for it. But there is a lot of money to be made there, I think, really, if it's not heavily bet. And I don't think it's heavily covered by the book, so I think you can get a good number. Why, like I said, why that's at +2 is beyond me. There's no way they should be the dog of that game. So,
who are those quarterbacks for the Showboats?
Oh, geez,
Well,
hold
they
on.
always say the money is in New York.
Yeah, I need names.
Yeah,
You want names? I know one of them. I can't pronounce it properly.
This is going to come out racist, I have a feeling.
Well, you talking about the Boats or the Generals?
I thought you mentioned the Boats and they're swapping and whatnot of their quarterbacks.
No, the Generals are.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, they flip flop quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
So you have a team that has
Anybody I heard of?
No. Magoo, Alex Magoo. He was a college. He was a college sensation, I think, or a minor college sensation, but he's not on either one of those teams. It's been exciting. I don't know. You guys have
AJ McCarron was in the
McCarron.
XFL, right?
Yeah, McCarron. I watched
Was
him
he
in
part
the
of your
XFL.
Sea Dragon? Was he on the Sea Dragons?
Oh shoot! See, I stopped watching XFL in favor of USFL. He was on.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because Michigan has a team. So I guess I've been somewhat more interested in because
How
of
many
that.
times you been down to Ford Field?
0. And I got season tickets.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have
You
season
do?
tickets. No, I don't. They cost like $30 for season tickets, so you should give it a shot. And you get 2 games.
I
You
thought
get
maybe you got part of like
Philly.
a BK combo meal or something.
You buy a Happy Meal, they give you like a season pass for Michigan
Yeah.
Panthers games. Remember when they used to have Pistons tickets? You could get like Kroger. You had to sit up like it was when they were at the Silver Dome.
Coke or something?
Oh yeah, dude. We used to go to Kroger, my mom and I, and you could just like walk out with Pistons tickets, but you'd be in like the 6th row at the top of the Silver Dome, where
The
like your
Silver
hair,
Dome?
your hair would touch the top of the dome. But they were free, so you got in for nothing. I remember that. That was good
take
stuff.
it.
That was Kroger,
Yeah,
I
they had to
think.
fill up like 60,000 people at a basketball game somehow.
Right. Yeah. Shout
I
out to
remember
Kroger.
the Panthers and
Shout out.
Shout out.
Panthers and Big Boy. Big Boy would give out Panthers.
Did you go to a
tickets.
Panthers game back in the day?
Of course.
I wasn't here. I'm just
Bobby
asking.
Abear,
Yeah. Anthony Carter.
AC Carter.
AC Carter, yeah.
AC.
But you know what? We're 1 week away from. 1 week from today.
What's that?
MLS playoffs.
Any idea? Any thoughts? Any guesses?
NASCAR.
Nope.
I bet you there is.
Better.
Oh, in the Indy 500 downtown.
Guess again.
I'm pretty sure that's happening.
That's Grand Prix, but guess again.
Is that gonna be Belmont?
I'm not
Doesn't
gonna-
mean it's not
I'm
happening.
not going to waste a flag on this one. Do you have a guess, Jimmy?
The Belmont Stakes?
No. I
No.
think that's
Is it this week?
10 days from now.
Oh no, you're talking about the New York race?
No.
No.
Oh.
Jimmy, want to venture another guess?
When exactly is this? You're saying next weekend?
1 week from today.
So a week from Thursday. A week from this, gonna be a Thursday.
Is this
Is
a,
that the
Will
that's
this
really
be
the Rocket
Wimbledon?
Mortgage
No,
downtown?
maybe. I don't know, but that's not what I'm referring
Okay,
to.
okay.
Oh,
Canadian
okay. Could be a golf
football.
tournament. Oh,
CFL.
Oh, jeez. How do I shut you off? Is there a way
The
I can do that? for you?
CFL comes back. Yes. What's that?
Nothing. No, nothing.
Say
Hey,
again?
what about College World Series?
Yeah.
Well, that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, we got that
The,
coming up. That's more
first round.
excited than More exciting than
Yep.
CFL.
You're watching the USFL. You watch the XFL. and
Because
now
I'm a
you're telling me-
goddamn American, Daryl.
Is
There's
CFL
a- yeah, there's a
CFL
little
better
bit.
than those two?
Oh my God! At least for sure, yes.
Okay.
100%.
Explain
I'm
explain why that
100% on
is.
that.
I like how Daryl backed on his
Is it
enthusiasm.
because there's only 3 downs?
Because
Could you score 1
the
point?
CFL has been around longer, right? So unless there was a mass exodus of CFL players, I'm going to say that CFL is better because guys could have gone to the CFL the last several years and been playing there, right? And then all of a sudden now they're going to leave to go play for their home country, as you would say. I haven't heard that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want somebody throwing a flag on me, challenging me, bringing up errors, omissions, and whatnot next week. I don't want to hear it. But I'm telling you, the CFL, if you ever watch it, is a better brand of football, and it's even as exciting as the NFL is, and then some. You got 3 downs. You got a bigger field, wider hash marks. You got something called the ruse.
So we get 1 point.
I think it's worth 1 or 2. I'm not 100% on that.
Ruse?
The ruse.
What's the definition of that?
You can punt the ball for a point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from anywhere on the field.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah.
like to take a quick vote on who would rather watch the World Series of Poker over the CFL.
I think
I'm
I
going
would.
poker.
You're a big poker guy, Jimmy?
No, I'm just
Chris Moneymaker. Whatever.
that feels more patriotic than Canadian football to me.
God,
Oh my God!
America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sitting here with a bunch of xenophobes.
Cards, baby.
I think you might be in the minority in this group, actually. But
I have no eyes left to stab. Otherwise, I would not watch the CFL.
that's right. You're out of eyes. I think you got rid of both of them this particular episode of the Numbers Guys. Both eyes
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah. No vision. left.
Yeah, no vision.
Like Steve Barton and the Dirty Rascals or the Dirty
Rupert.
Scoundrels.
Where he stabs himself with a
Yes. With the cork on the fork.
right. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I'll give this. I don't think I've really ever paid attention to CFL. I'll give it a shot. If Daryl says it's worth it, if he says it's exciting, then I'll give it a go. Just for you, Daryl.
I'm pissed that Edmonton they had to change their name from the Eskimos.
What?
That's still
They did?
yeah, it's a bug in my crawl there. I don't like that.
Well,
What did they change it to?
because it wasn't PC. You can't.
No, what did they change?
elk.
Yeah, you can't make money
ELK,
off the
elk.
Eskimos.
That's ridiculous.
That's a pretty good nickname, though.
Yeah,
The Edmonton Elk.
But-
God.
Eskimos are cool. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody likes an Eskimo.
Yeah, I do.
Live in
Huggable.
freaking
Igloos.
igloos.
Igloos
Yeah.
are cool.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Guardians. Lamest shit ever. Anywho, I think it's time for the trivia answer. We've been live for an hour 29. Of course, 30 minutes of that was with no audio. So here we go. Trivia. Question was, one of the founding franchises of the American Basketball Association in 1967, what was Denver's team name before they became the NBA's Nuggets? And you guys just going to like hold this up to the camera? You want to say it? Or I'll tell you what, let me give you the answer. You ready?
No, let's go one by one, see what we come up with first.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I'll go first.
All right, go for it.
I had no clue, and I went with the Spurs, even though I think that was already an ABA team. So
Okay.
I am wrong.
Wrong.
Let's move it over to Rich.
Oh, just totally took the mountain. Like tones was like
I was right.
the words were coming.
I
out
think
of
he
his
said
forehead.
it. He's like,
I'm gonna say Jazz.
The Jazz?
Jazz, because they have a
I'm gonna say the Jazz.
a long tradition over there in Denver of
I was
jazz.
gonna say there was
music.
there was a
Oh
team that
my
was named the
gosh.
Jazz before, and I don't remember who it was.
Probably like St. Louis or somebody that has a tradition of
Could have been
jazz
St.
music.
Louis, but there was
Denver, riding on horses and playing the saxophone. I don't know.
St. Louis has a big jazz following.
Oh, let's just move on.
Okay.
Anthony,
I'm just gonna say.
Hope I'm right.
This may be stupid, but I think before the baseball team came around, that maybe they used the Rockies name
Ooh,
before.
and the hockey. It was a
God, you were
Colorado
close.
Rockies hockey team.
You were so close, Towns.
what is it, Jimmy?
Nobody gets it this
Yeah.
week. The
We
answer
got like
was
a three-way Rochambeau.
well. I'll tell you what. Since nobody got it, I will take care of the beer next week. Because I'll be back in studio, God willing, at that point. But here we go. The answer was the Denver Rockets. The Denver Rockets. And anticipating.
How many Rockets fire out Denver every year?
Oh,
Zero?
sorry.
Well, none
Houston
of-
fans-
They used to have a hub there in Denver.
I'll tell you what. The reason is anticipating a move
Is
to
that
the
where NASA was
NBA,
founded?
where the Houston Rockets were already
what's that?
established. The team has changed their name to the Denver Nuggets in 1974, anticipating that move to the National Basketball Association. So there you go. Now you know.
Is it safe to say I was closest with the
No.
Spurs?
No.
No. I think Anthony was the closest with Rockies. In fact, if he slurred his words a little bit, I think he probably would have got it.
If I had two more things,
You
I
gotta buy
probably
some-
would have passed.
You gotta buy some more beer now, Anthony.
Two more.
Jeez. Luckily, he brought 3 cases this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a no slouch here.
Yeah, how much
Couple
beer
more.
did you bring, Towns?
I got a case of the traditional, the light, and the golden pilsner. So
Wow.
Just showing us up.
we're stocked for a couple weeks.
Well, I appreciate that, man, because I want to try it. Like I said, all I've had is the lager, and I think I've had the light Yingling before, so I'm pretty pumped to give that stuff a shot.
We'll give it a whirl.
I'm going to. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to stop over at the studio, clean up
Yeah,
the mess you
come on
guys
by.
made, fix the
Oh,
broken
sorry.
Try to
lighting.
Turn
turn
off
the
the
lights
lights.
off.
Right.
Make sure all the cameras are covered with their socks.
If we don't, if we need the socks on the cameras, it keeps all the dust out of the
Why are the
electronics.
socks
there.
crusty? Kind of weird.
Come on, Rich. We don't need that. Kids
I don't know
show.
what you guys do up here.
Kids show.
What are you
Jesus.
insinuating?
God damn. All 2 of these people, they're
A
going
lot
to.
of dust up here.
Oh, we have 4. Hey, 4 viewers. All right. Anybody have any shout outs? Daryl, you have to hit the shout out button over there.
Shout out.
Anybody's got any?
Shout out.
Shout out.
There
Who's
you go.
going first?
I'll go first. I'm gonna shout out to my daughter Lauren. for graduating. I can't believe it.
Hot dog.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
Plug
One
that,
out the
Jimmy.
door.
Congrats,
One out the door.
Lauren.
Thank you.
I'll follow that lead. My oldest is 2 weeks left of elementary school. It's kind of sad for me that he'll be leaving his 2 other brothers and headed to the big time league of middle school. So
Little Tones.
All right.
Shout out Little Tones.
Yep.
Anybody, either one of you two, got any more shout outs? I know Jimmy likes to give out multiple
How much time we got?
shout outs.
No,
You guys good?
yeah.
I guess I got to shout out my father-in-law, Jack.
Hey,
'Cause Jack, he wanted me to talk about Jim Brown and his death and about his impact on football, which I never got to see him play. I never got to gamble on him, so I can't. There's not much I can do with that. But I know he was
he was a great player, though.
and off the field he did some stuff too.
Good,
So
good dude.
Syracuse alum.
Syracuse played lacrosse, I believe.
Yeah. Barry Sanders' dad always said he was the best.
Yeah, and then Barry Sanders' dad said he himself was the second best. so and then Barry number 3. So if you're keeping score at home,
Barry over.
you
Emmett.
got Jim Brown. You got
Watch me
William
now.
Sanders, and you got Barry Sanders. So that's my shout out. Shout out.
Shout out Jack.
well
Saw
done.
Jack this weekend.
Yeah, like I say, we had it,
Poolside.
and then he said maybe I should talk about that tonight. And then when we were at the poolside on Memorial Day, he said he's not real big on podcasts, so that's why he hasn't been watching.
I believe his
So-
review was I watched.
I watched.
He said he
Period.
watched, and he's not real big on podcasts.
Yeah.
I think he was just being
Generational.
nice. It's probably
Not
this
exactly,
one he's not real big on. You know?
Not exactly a ringing endorsement, but nevertheless. And yeah, Memorial Day was pretty nice. We had a lot of the listeners in
Did you mean
Yeah,
all of the listeners?
So-
Probably.
so I guess I should give a
Listen, everybody.
shout out to we already shouted out K-Dog out in Macomb, but also his lovely bride Julie, and then Rich's lady friend.
The other Lauren.
Very nice. Yeah.
Rachel was there with half the volleyball team, right? So they were
Yeah.
all there. It was a subscriber party.
So I guess that's the end of my shout outs. But yeah, Jimmy, we've got about 4 or 5 minutes. How many can you get in?
Well, I'll tell you what. Man, I don't really have anybody. I'll tell you, we had some people over the day before Memorial Day, which I didn't invite you guys to purposely. And I know that one of them in particular, Josh is his name. I'm not going to give his last name because that's not polite, but he's a viewer. He's a viewer. I didn't even know that because apparently my wife put out that we were doing this on Facebook, and he saw that and he took the time to watch an episode. He asked what the fuck this was all about. He didn't really understand it, which I don't blame him because it's a little scattered right now. But we'll get honed in. It's been a month today. Really, this is our 4th episode, so
It's a work in progress.
we got a lot of time to figure out exactly the direction we want to go. And thanks, Josh, for checking us out. And there's 2 other guys that were there as well, and fuck them because they never said anything about tuning in. So, no, I'm just kidding. But Matt and Chris, and they may be listening tonight too. They may be one of the 6. So shout out to them. That's all I got. I don't have a lot this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else we're gonna talk about tonight, Jimmy?
I think I'm gonna tackle MLS soccer.
Okay,
I'm just gonna let you guys know.
we
And
got to
baseball.
find something, obviously.
Gotta fill this summer somehow. I think
Tone?
Jimmy's got what? Girls tennis.
That's
How about you,
Women's tennis.
women's
Women's.
women's
Sorry.
tennis is I agree with
Why not
Jeff.
men's?
You can see an angle there, possibly.
Yeah, there's some it's good sightseeing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, what angle are you talking about?
Whatever angle.
Come on.
This
Kid show.
grunting
Kid
hot
show.
chick.
grunting.
hitting balls around. So that's all I
I'll tell you what, if I had one thing to do with women's tennis, and I'm kind of a women's tennis guy, and I'm excited. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but YouTube TV is getting the tennis channel today, just in time for the crux of the French Open. And I would just bet Rybakina every time. She's usually going to be a favorite, but the numbers usually make sense on her. So I would just take Rybakina every time. That's all you got to do. Take Rybakina against whoever she's playing. Shout out to Rybakina. She's a hell of a tennis player, and man, is she strong. So if you get her on clay, you get her on anything but, well, you get her on really anything. Just take Rybakina. That's easy. Take her in straight sets, actually, because she was going to usually be plus money in 2-0 type of deals. So there's an angle there, and then that's my plan. I'm going to watch nothing but women's tennis. I know D-Dub has been big into baseball, and baseball is probably my favorite sport to actually watch. I love baseball. I love to play baseball. I played softball with huge success for many years, but it's hard to bet baseball. It really is. It's a grind. I mean, that's like an everyday thing if you want to be profitable, and you have to get the right numbers, especially more so than any other sport. I think baseball, you have to get the right numbers because there's so many games. You're going to lose so many. You're going to win, not many more than you lose. So you got to make sure your numbers are good.
Seems like the edge is pretty thin, but there's a lot of statistical stuff you can analyze, right? I'm still figuring it out, and I still think the question always becomes: you get a number that you like, and you think this is a trend, but then ultimately it comes down to, if this happens 60% of the time, is now the time to go the other direction,
Right.
And it's hard. I'm trying to figure it out, but I think the edge is so thin that I don't know, because I don't know enough about the following pitching rotations and then bullpen analysis. It's just I'm trying, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to find that edge. I think with football, it just seems like it's a little more.
Yeah, the changing pitching, every game. It's tough to get a handle on.
Well, shout out to the Tigers. They hung in there until Memorial Day, and now they're gonna fall off the place.
They're only
they lost all their best players.
Yeah, injuries might come to hit them in the butt. So.
Does anybody know how long or what the diagnosis is on Riley Green?
I heard fractured foot, but I don't know what that means.
What is that? A 4-week injury?
Didn't he have that like 2 years ago in training camp? And he was out like till June or July.
I think that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's probably like
after they anointed him the starting center fielder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a 6 to 8 weeks.
Too bad. He was really starting to...
Yeah, he was.
He was hot.
And Erod too, our pitcher.
Erod, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know yet how long that's going to be, but that's a big loss if he's down.
I mean, if they can hang in another month, they have a chance. I don't know if they can do it anymore. And the schedule's tightening up. They had their chance there at some pretty weak opponents.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? They made it fun through Memorial Day. I thought it was over in April. So,
oh yeah, they're
shout
fighting.
out.
They're still fighting. They're fighting.
We're past the shout out portion of the show.
Thing, Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Jimmy, I think the other thing that we talked about a little bit, and we didn't really talk about it with Rich or Anthony, but is the Circa contests have been opened up for the first time. That's the million contest and
Survivor.
And the Survivor pool.
Survivor pool, I think, is $8 million guarantee, right?
I want to say yes, and then the other is 6, I believe. $14 million available.
Wow. What's it cost to get in, do you know?
$1,000 a piece.
So I did a Survivor pool last year. I got it to week 15.
With Circa?
I wish. No, I won like a local pool.
Gotcha.
Week 15, that's a long time.
I may have come in second.
Christmas to win Circa.
Well, they probably pay out places, right? So for the other one, don't you got to pick all the games like before the season starts, or do you go online and pick them every week?
You have to have a proxy, it's called. So you sign up in person And then
And it has to be in person.
it does, but I think you can get around that too. But I don't want to speak to that. But then the week to week is you get a proxy and it's $200 one time, and then you gotta get your picks in a certain amount of time before the deadline so that your proxy has time to get the picks in. But it sounds awesome. I'm not a big time spender, but between the four of us, it'd be like $250 a piece. And I think it'd be something we could talk about every week for sure. And even leading up to that, because there's a lot there. First of all, they do quarterly payouts.
Right.
So depending on a quarter in football is basically 1 month. So you got September, October, November. I mean, stretched out 5 weeks, however that works.
Right.
But there's some big payouts. I think if you hit a quarter, it's going to be over $100,000.
So you're talking circa
prize too.
You're talking circa millions, right?
That's the millions, which is a weekly contest against the spread. That's whatever the spread is, on whenever they release them. It doesn't change, I don't believe.
No,
and you got to pick 5 against the spread. But yeah, so the survivor pool does not pay out. Is that what you're saying, Jimmy? That doesn't pay out in any which way?
Correct. That's a winner take all.
Probably wouldn't be a way to
proposition, and there's a guarantee. I think, like I said, the guarantee is $8 million. I was more interested in that, quite honestly, than the ATS deal. But we could do both, and so it's fine. It's millions. Go ahead.
I think because of the against the spread, there's quarterly payouts. I think that's a little more interesting. Because even if you go 0-5 the first week, you still got a chance in the second quarter to get right back on top of things, right?
Sure.
So,
and there's different limits. I mean, you can have more than one entry too. So if you wanted to do, we could do an entry.
If you're a baller,
but you're talking. I mean, God, those payouts are huge, and.
You guys had me at hello, so I'm in on whatever.
I mean, I don't know. I can tell you, Rich, I had a lot of success in this last year's Survivor pool that I was in. I came in second, and that's really the thing. Okay. So, let's say you're coming down to the final week of Survivor. You can certainly, take out a second mortgage against your house to take the other side of that pick to guarantee a profit. You know what I'm saying? If it's
yep.
So. I think, to me, that's really what interested me. It was a Survivor because it's a winner-take-all kind of deal. And I know that I think last year that there was a group of 4 guys from Detroit that won it. So maybe history will repeat it. But
that was nuts.
It'll be a different
they took
4
the
guys.
Lions against the Packers in that last week.
To win it. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right, Jimmy?
That's right.
That was ballsy.
I'm pretty sure.
I think that's what it was.
Check me next week. Yeah.
So I'm interested in all of it.
I'm in for whatever.
And I know I did read that. Yeah, obviously we need a proxy unless one of us wants to fly out there every week to put our picks in person. But I don't.
I think I got that taken care of.
Yeah, we can certainly
our
do that.
Friend, our Dutch friend out in Holland
with the wooden shoes
might have somebody for us. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's proxy services out there that you can use, and that's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely. And so I think it sounds like a lot of fun. So I think we'll probably get into that in the weeks to come here. I know you're heading out there about 3 weeks or so, right?
Heading out there in 3 weeks.
4 weeks.
They asked me to review their terms and conditions for the Circa Millions to make sure it met our standards. So that's
you
not
guys
true.
can actually sign us up right out there, then, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that
we could.
True.
We could
We'll
sign
talk
us
about
up.
that more out there.
But I think there's some kind of goofy
Sounds
thing
good.
where the proxy has to be there when you sign up or some shit. I'm not sure exactly how it works because obviously I haven't done it before. But
I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I don't want to speak to that either. But I don't think we have anything to worry about there. But if anybody out there watching wants some more information about that, hit me up on the Twitter at the Numb Guys.
oh yeah, that's something I should mention too. First of all, at the Num Guys, our Twitter, which I think our listeners already are aware of. But our website is up and running. We have every episode of the Numbers Guys Better Betting podcast, along with some bonus stuff I think is on there too. It's going to be numbersguys.live. That's numbersguys.live, not .com, .live, because we're usually live, so I thought that made sense. But you can also click on there to see our top pick history, our top pick performance. There's a spreadsheet. It's right at the link. It's right in the links navigation bar. So you can go ahead and click that and see how we've performed over time. And again, you can get all of our podcasts as well as our videos on numbersguys.live. And eventually, one day, once these people get off their ass and they're in our Numbers Guys t-shirt factory, you'll be able to buy merch on there as well.
Are these private videos you're posting?
You'll have to log on and see.
Oh, okay. Tease. A little tease there, as they say in the biz.
That's right. Anybody? All right, so we got Circa Millions, Circa Survivor. We've got, I'm going to start covering women's tennis pretty much exclusively. Rich, what are you going to do?
Yes. I'm going to start following a little more Major League Soccer action here.
MLS. All right.
It's pretty MLS. Can bet it. DK.
Oh, yeah. MLS is good. In fact, I'm going to talk to you off the air because I have an extra subscription to the Major League Soccer All Access Pass. I'll forward along to you.
Okay, I'll pretend to use it. Perfect.
Well, if you want to be an expert, you maybe will watch a game. Christ's sake.
So that'll be the cue for everybody that's listening to fast forward 5 minutes into the show. Right. MLS.
It's not my jam.
Yes. No.
Tones, what are you going to do now that hockey's winding down?
Rebuttal.
I like it better than women's tennis.
I do like. I'm not opposed to soccer too. I wouldn't mind dabbling in that. I'll probably get a little bit more into baseball.
Oh yeah.
And I'll probably throw a game or two a week of baseball in the equation. So.
Yeah, I think we'll all have a little baseball. I mean, it's the only major sport going, right?
Yeah.
No NASCAR fans.
I would say don't sleep on the CFL, but that's for you to determine.
What's the big horse race up in northern New York? What's that called? That's coming up soon.
Is it the Belmont?
Saratoga?
No.
Jimmy? Belmont Stakes?
Is it that in New York or no?
I thought Belmont was California.
No. Flag is ass.
I said I thought.
There's been no
I
cigars.
think Belmont is upstate New York.
Yeah, right?
Is that the one?
I think you're
Where's
right.
Saratoga then? Isn't that a big one too?
Saratoga's upstate New York as well.
Oh, there's two big. Okay.
Yeah.
Saratoga is the track, right? And it's I don't know of any specific race named Saratoga per se.
Is that where the Belmont is? Saratoga?
Is that right, Jimmy? I want to say yes.
What was the
but
second leg that was just wrong?
Preakness?
Okay.
Preakness was in Baltimore.
I knew California had a big race too at some point.
California, you're probably thinking of the what did I say that was, Jimmy?
Oh, I don't know. What'd you say it was?
Come on, man.
That's actually Belmont Park in New York.
Got it.
Oh, there you go.
There's also Aqueduct, which is
That's
I
definitely New
believe,
York.
like in
That's,
Queens or something like that. Queens or something
I
like
thought that was a cologne we used to put on.
That was Aqua de Jo.
You're thinking of Old Spice, I believe.
I thought it was called Aqueduct.
All right, gents. I'll
I
tell you
think
what.
It was Old Spice.
We can go on for hours here, but I have to take a leak really badly. So we have two options. Either I can excuse myself and go relieve myself, and you guys can continue to talk.
I think we ran long enough.
I think we ran enough here.
I
many
sweated
viewers
out all
there?
the beer by now.
How many viewers hanging on?
We have two.
Oh, you know Kevin's there.
Yeah, Kev's one of them.
Two.
He's really earning that T-shirt. It's up to you guys. I can go pee real quick and come back. If you want to talk about Belmont.
No, I got P2. I'm
All
doing
right.
the dance myself, my friend.
All right, well,
let's get out of here.
I'll tell you what. We've done all the
All the
damage we can do. Daryl, there's a button on that mixer that says outro. It's a white button.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
I'm gonna hit it here.
All right, you
Ready?
hit it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. I don't have to tell my wife I'll be home on time because I'm already home. Next week, Thursday, 8 p.m., I'll be back in the house.